Hello and welcome to Healing Hacks for Stress, moms. We all got the stress. We got to learn better ways to take care of it. How is everybody today? I feel like today's been crazy. Did you guys enjoy the blue moon, like the blue supermoon? Oh my gosh, it was so bright in my yard. I couldn't believe, like, it looked like somebody turned a giant light on. It was crazy, but it was so beautiful. Oh, I hope you have good plans for the weekend. 3-day weekend for us, so I think I'm going to spend one day in my pajamas till noon. So if that's your all plan, I'm there with you. So welcome to Healing Hacks for Stress. I'm going to talk about somatic hacks, tips, tricks, like using your body, using some psychology, and we're going to talk about some energetic tools for stress. My name's Regina. I'm a multidimensional healer, a spiritual life coach, hypnotherapist, RTT practitioner. I'm intuitive, and I'm a mom. I've been doing energy work for over 17 years. And I have my BA in psychology. I help moms and ladies increase their intuition and energy while healing self-doubt. I also work with people one-on-one in my energy healing sessions for imbalances, blocks they're having, mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual. Thank you for being here. And like I said, we're talking about healing hacks for stress today. So we're going to go over tips and tricks for using your body, tips and tricks for your mind and your energy. So hopefully I'm going to give you some new stuff that you necessarily haven't heard before. I mean, we could all stand here and talk about, you need to take care of yourself and take baths and this, that, and the other thing. But there's other tips and tricks. So first, we're talking about somatic, your body, the techniques of your body. So with stress itself, it is obviously triggering your nervous system. And it's usually triggered by emotions, right? When we start to get stressed, we have certain emotions that trigger it, like feeling overwhelmed. We feel, we have to please, we have to get things done. So there's this emotional trigger that happens that causes stress, right? So then that causes the typical fight, flight, freeze. This is a new one I've heard, fawn, which means you go out of your way to make everybody happy so you don't have to deal with so much stress. That's a new one. I can say I have done that. So you have this active state, right? There's another thing called your vagus nerve. Hello, it goes through your whole body and it touches all the organs, part of your nervous system. And when you activate that, you can start to relax. Your body starts to go back into a parasympathetic nervous system, means the relaxed state. So first we're going to do that. So your vagus nerve can be activated like through the side of your neck. And so which one we're going to do? We're going to do 3 today. So the first technique for your vagus nerve is that you just kind of pull your neck over, kind of point your ear down towards your shoulder. You do what's comfortable, and then you look diagonally, and you hold that for 30 seconds. And you don't need to overextend yourself. Just do what feels good. And you hold it for 30 seconds. Just keep breathing, and you might feel yourself yawning. You might feel like your body's letting go of tension. And those are all nice signs to look at, to get to know your body. And then you're going to switch, do 30 more seconds. Your ear's going to be pointing down towards your shoulder. You're going to look up diagonally, taking breaths, and letting go. So you want to do that 30 seconds on each side. Another one I like to do, and I like to do on my kids too, is the ears, because this activates the vagus nerve in the neck. So you can pull your ear backwards for a little bit. You pull your ear up. You pull your ear down. And you just kind of do that, just, whatever feels comfortable. You do a little bit here, you do a little bit here, and then you switch and do it on the other side. I always notice a big difference with this one. This one's my personal favorite. I do this on my kids sometimes when they're not really tired, but we need to be laying in bed. And I'll do this like little ear massages, and that really helps them fall asleep. Another vagus nerve one is taking your hands and making peace signs and massaging by your ears. Because when we stress out and our nervous system is freaking out, there's actually something that happens into our ears, and we start to shut down certain tones. So we stop being able to hear lower tones, conversations, and we're only hearing the higher pitch. So when you go like this, you're kind of activating your body go back to a normal state of listening and not in a stress response. Another body technique for stress is EFT. I know I've talked about this a lot. I freaking love EFT, the emotional freedom technique. It's points on your head that have to do with acupressure points, energy points, and it helps to activate that parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxed state. And this is just great. I mean, you can't mess this up. Like, it's okay if you don't do it all in order, but it always starts out at the top of your head, forehead, side of the eye, under the eye, lip, chin, collarbone, side of arm, and then you can grab your wrist or you can just breathe out. I like to do this for all sorts of things. Setting intentions. I like to do this for stress too. Like, I go to the bathroom and I'm like, okay, I'm releasing and let going, feeling super overwhelmed right now. I feel like I have to get everything done right now, even though I know I have time tomorrow to do it, but I feel so overwhelmed and I can't stop this. I can't stop feeling overwhelmed. I can't stop feeling like everybody needs me to be here right now to do this. I can't help feeling if I don't do this, I'm going to fail. Like, whatever those emotions are that you're feeling in that stress, you just keep tapping, keep talking about it, keep saying, I release and let go, feeling this, that, and the other thing. And then I do, after a little bit of a round, it could be a minute, could be a couple minutes. I grab my wrist, I breathe out, and I say peace, 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 peace. And I feel that release in my body. I feel my body calm down, and it kind of feels like it's just relaxing and letting go. I like to use that EFT, like I said, for intention work as well, for anxiety, for stress, anything, even like sadness, things that are triggering you with people and relationships. It's really quite endless. And they've done a lot of research on EFT, emotional freedom technique, showing how effective it is with PTSD and anxiety and healing work itself. So that's a really good one for stress. So with the spiritual, physical part, I know we've all heard of breathing techniques, right? Which are great at centering you and great at like taking a few minutes to do the breathing work. One I really like is called the Ha breath, which comes from Huna. And this is, to me, I feel not just a breath, right? Not just counting the box breath or whatever, there's so many out there, but it actually is a specific way that you breathe, and it's bringing in life force energy, mana, chi, and it's helping to release the stress, because what happens when we stress out, right? We're not really taking energy in anymore. We're not really expanding so much. We're kind of just sitting in and contracting. When we contract too long, we start to get sick, right? And then the body isn't pulling in new energy to function as well. Joe Dispenza talks about stress in the body like that. Your body, being in fight or flight long enough, your genes actually start to, produce more stressed out genes, and your body starts to decay or starts to get sick. So when we can have things like this to help us alleviate stress and get our body back into a neutral position, it actually is so much better for your health. So the Ha breath is just breathing in through your nose and then breathing out your mouth. And when you breathe out your mouth, you're going to just make a light sound. I'm going to make it louder, obviously, so you can hear me. And you do that 4 breaths together. You do it in sets of 4. So breathe in through your nose and out. Breathe in, nose, out, mouth. And do this at a pace that you're comfortable with. Breathe in and out. One more time, breathe in and out. Okay. And the more that you do that, like I already can feel better. I feel like my feet are a little bit more tinkly. I'm a little bit more like firm on the ground. It helps with grounding and connecting to your higher self and source. So the more you do that, great. Next one is meditation. Okay, meditation isn't sitting in a cave. It's not like sitting alone for hours or trying to not think of things. So there's so many different ways of meditation. And, you know, sitting and meditating and there's guided, that doesn't always work for everybody. There's people that are really energetic, right? Like you just are constantly going. You like to be constantly on the move. Those are more of my first chakra type people. You're going to do better with making a meditation that fits into what you're doing. So if you're running, if you're active, if you're walking, do a walking meditation, you know, where you're just focusing on your breath or a point that you're walking to and you're just kind of breathing that in and being present. It doesn't have to be, you know, zenning out and forgetting all your thoughts. There's meditations where you are guided, obviously, like you go through a forest or you go on the beach and you relax. There's meditation, you know, yoga is a great one that is kind of meditative because you're breathing and moving your body. There's apps with meditations. If you go on YouTube, there's hypnotherapy, which is really close to meditation. It's just getting into a really deep, relaxed state and giving your subconscious suggestions. So that might look at like programming your body to release stress better throughout the day, or programming your body to be like, okay, when I get stressed and I do this activity to relieve it, it works even better, like 10 times more. What they have found in research with meditation is that when we meditate, both parts of our brain become coherent, they start talking, and your body naturally starts to heal. A big part of my healing, I had PTSD. We lost our house in the Paradise Fire when the whole town burned down. Anyway, so out of that, all the complications of life, it was really a blessing because I got on this path even more so. But the meditation for me, I just started 10 minutes a day, and I did just a guided one where I would either be swimming in water or sitting in a crystal or in a forest. And 10 minutes was all I could do, right? It was really hard to focus. And I found like after 2 weeks, my anger and reaction to things was so dramatically less. And I had tried everything. Like I had tried working out. I had tried, you know, reading books and journaling and therapy and all the things, and doing meditation and doing energetic self-care, which I'll go into in a little bit here. Really helped me do healing work and just like let that stuff go. So people have healed themselves of all sorts of things with meditation, with hypnotherapy, because it's really tapping into lower brain waves that are connected to your subconscious, and your subconscious runs the show. So the next one we're talking about for stress tips is energetic tools, right? Like energetic self-care. I love this because it does work with your psychology. It works with your subconscious. So tools that I like to use, I like to blow things up. I know that sounds crazy, but like if I feel like I have looping thoughts or reoccurring emotions in my body and I just feel like I can't get rid of them, like the stress is it just doesn't stop, I will imagine, you know, putting them on a shelf. I more like to blow them up. I throw them in a volcano, or I drop kick them to the edge of the universe. That's a good energetic intention to be like, I'm done with this right now. Like, this isn't allowed in my field. And I'm taking the time to be me, to be relaxed, to be calm. You can imagine being bathed in like a golden bath or a light where you let go of the stress, of the resistance, of the things in your body. Because when we stress out, we constrict and we hold it in places. Some of us have shoulders, jaw, forehead, legs, you know for you where the stress goes. Even like stress eating, all those things. I also like to do ones where I imagine that like every nerve in my body is getting the biggest hug in the world. And that helps me to feel more safe and calm and supportive, which also gets you out of that fight or flight response. So one thing is like, I could tell you all day, right? Anybody could tell you all day, here's all these tips and tricks and blah, blah, blah. It's you actually using them at home, right? So we got to think of ways to help ourselves. I like to put notes up on my walls and stuff, like in my bathroom especially. Maybe you're getting ready for bed and you want to release some of the stress before you go to sleep. And you're like, yeah, I got that note right there that says, do this little meditation or do the energy or do the vagus nerve thing. Putting alarms on your phone to help you remember is a great tip. Making a wallpaper on your phone that has like, maybe the steps, maybe a picture, something that you're like, okay, when I see that, it reminds me of doing the stress exercises, right? Like I said, there's so many different ways maybe there's like a journal that you like to write in, a book, or you have a nighttime routine. Putting a note on your nightstand to remind you that you want to de-stress, or in the morning by your coffee maker. Like all those things are super helpful. The one thing with the notes though, I would say like after a week or two, switch it out, because then you start to forget about it. Like you'll block out that giant yellow note, So just try to switch it up. Write it on your mirror, whatever it is for you. If you are down, we're going to do a little exercise to help de-stress. So let's just take a breath and close our eyes. I like to move my body a little bit as I'm breathing, because I feel like that really helps start to move things through. And just breathe. And I want you to imagine a grounding cord. This is your connection to the earth. And it's a tube from your waist going all the way to the middle of the earth. This grounding tube helps us release energy throughout our day and helps us process life so things don't become stuck. Also is giving a place for all the stress and resistance we have right now to just leave and go down through the bottom of our feet, where it will be transformed in the earth. And then now we're going to imagine a cord of light reaching up out of the top of our heads, connecting with our higher self, your spiritual side, your soul, the part of you that knows everything. And just bring in some more of that energy into our body and through our heads, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, back, hips, legs. And that's just center in our heart. Imagine just sitting in that heart space in your chest. You can put your hands on your chest if you want, if that helps. And here is where there's unconditional love, support, and safety. And I want you just to imagine being wrapped up in just a fuzzy blanket. It just feels like you're being held. And if there's any parts in your body still that you feel tense, just focus on those for a minute and just breathe into those. It's safe right now to feel relaxed and calm. We can always go back to our daily stuff after this. Right now, there's plenty of time for you to be present in your body, to allow your higher self to bring in more calming energy, helping you to let go of stuck emotions, anything that's just been there for a while that you're just ready to let go of. And I want you to feel this like golden shower, or it could just feel like a nice current or wave of energy going over the top of your head, inside your head, and just going into every crack, crevice, space, atom, the space between atoms, and just releasing what's not serving you right now and allowing your body, your nervous system to go into a relaxed state. All the way down your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your stomach, your hips, back, lower back, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and through your feet. And I'm just going to do a few breathing and energy work on you just for a moment. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's fine. I'll do it and you won't receive it, okay? So I'm just going to breathe in. I'm just going through your aura and just helping it just to release what's in there, that energy that's around your body. And now we're going to go through your chakras really quick. Okay, and then I want you to set the intention. What do you want to feel today? What would you like more of? Ease in your body, love, joy, feeling like everything can be done at the perfect pace for you. There's enough time for everything. Your higher self is helping you do the things in the perfect order, in the perfect way for you. And just let go of that part of your conscious mind, of your ego mind that is wanting it a certain way. And just say, it's okay. I'm loved and supported by my higher self, by the universe, all that is, and it's working out perfectly for me. Good. All right. Now you can open your eyes. Woo. Drink some water. Stomp your feet. You might not feel in your body. You might feel really good and motivated. So I hope that worked for you. I hope you can take some of these techniques and apply them to your life. Write those sticky notes, write the alarm, whatever you got to do to try it out, see if it happens. My name's Regina. I'm a multidimensional healer, spiritual life coach, an intuitive hypnotherapist, and I do one-on-one coaching sessions to help people increase their intuition, their energy, while healing self-doubt, help them de-stress, connect to their guides and angels. And I also do multidimensional healing work, which is energy work, but It's more specific. I work at higher frequencies with your higher self to clear out blocks, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, work on your chakras, your auras. I figure out why and how you have those and if we can clear them. I also channel messages from your guides and angels and your higher self with daily processes that work best for you and what you're working on in our session. If you're interested in any of those, I also offer RTT hypnotherapy sessions. You can click the link in my bio or comment below, or if you have any questions. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm moving my lives to Thursdays at 10 now. It used to be Fridays. And then I also have some exciting stuff that's going to be coming up in the next week or two that I want to announce to invite more people to work with me in a bigger setting and a more powerful setting as well. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend, that you get that 3-day weekend, that you get some rest. Like I said, I'm going to be in my PJs till noon probably tomorrow because that is my relax day. So peace, love you, and thanks for being here.